morning, everyone, and thanks for spending your Friday night with us here on News 5 at 6. I'm Rob Quirk.
I'm Allison Zimmerman. Diane has the night off. We start with your Capitol Watch.
Governor Jared Polis signed a package of gun reform bills into law today that we've been giving you updates on all through this latest legislative session. These new laws are aimed at preventing mass shootings and rising gun violence.
No action can ever bring back the loved one that you lost. But by turning your own personal tragedy into action in a way that will make others safer, will really help prevent others from having to go through what you went through.
The governor's office claimed these bills will make Colorado one of the 10 safest states in the entire country.
News 5's Andy Koen joins us in studio with a look at what's in the legislation, and he also has an update on other gun bills introduced this session. Andy.
Rob and Allison, the 4 bills signed into law today will increase legal liability for gun manufacturers, increase the age restriction on gun sales to 21, and slow down how quickly someone can legally buy a gun.
Colorado law used to protect gun makers from lawsuits by limiting their liability to just defective products, and anyone who sued and lost had to pay the defendant's legal fees. That happened to Sandy and Lonnie Phillips. They lost their daughter Jessica in the Aurora Theater shooting, and the court judgment from their failed lawsuit bankrupted them. Senate Bill 168 removes those protections and creates a new firearm industry standard of conduct. The state attorney general can sue manufacturers who violate the new standard. The law also defines unfinished frames and receivers as legal firearms. Senate Bill 169 raises the age restriction to buy or possess a firearm to 21. However, young adults who are serving in the military or joining law enforcement are exempt. Senate Bill 170 expands the state's red flag law by including other groups of professionals who can ask the courts for an extreme risk protection order. Teachers, doctors, and mental health professionals can now ask courts to temporarily remove guns from someone they believe to be a risk to themselves or others. And finally, House Bill 1219 creates a 3-day waiting period for anyone buying a gun. The waiting period begins when the licensed gun dealer starts the background check on the buyer. The purpose is to prevent suicide gun deaths by delaying how quickly someone can legally buy a gun.
Now, another bill that's still working its way through the legislature is a ban on what are commonly called ghost guns. These are weapons that do not have a serial number. They're often assembled at home from those unfinished receivers. That bill has passed a second committee hearing in the Senate. Now, another high-profile bill that aimed to prohibit many of the same classes of firearms that were restricted under the federal assault weapons ban in the 1990s died in committee. Rob?
Andy, thank you. And Rocky Mountain gun owners responded to the newly signed bills into law, filing lawsuits over 2 of them, at least for now. They're suing the governor and the state of Colorado over the 3-day waiting period law in the 18 to 20 gun ban. The group's executive director, Taylor Rhodes, told us these are slam dunk lawsuits. His words.
We knew from the very beginning that we were going to have to sue on each and every bill that would be passed into law. We made a promise to our members that we would sue as soon as the pen hit the paper, and we fulfilled on that promise today.
Rhodes says they will file lawsuits over the remaining 2 laws when they have standing over them. Today's lawsuit also says the bills are unconstitutional and that this infringes on their Second Amendment rights.